This is the Schmo with the pro, the Motown phenom, Kevin Lee. We're here for UFC 229. You're a spectator. This is a pretty nice jean jacket you got on there.
I appreciate it. I'm appreciating the glasses from you too. You say you're a Schmo, but you done learned a little bit. They aren't too dark, they ain't too light, but there's a man that wears sunglasses indoors and do it the right way. So give you a little one in the pro column.
The young phenom on the rise. You know, you learned a lot when you went up against Tony Ferguson. You had that staph infection. You know, he's the older guy. What was the biggest lesson you learned in the octagon against a guy like Ferguson?
I learned not to give people so much of myself all the time, and I think that's something that you learn as you get older too. I'm a very accommodating guy. I always, whenever I do something, I do it to 110%. And that time for that fight, I may have done 10 things to 110% and just overran my body. You know, I think I just didn't have the experience. I didn't have the wherewithal, but now I do, and I can't wait. So I'm just using that just to build.
Thinking like a guy who once wanted to be a doctor, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to keep this brain intact. I'm in here to make some money. I'm going to break some bodies down, and then you never know. Once I'm done doing that, I might start putting them back together again or some shit. Look, I'm trying to do it all. I'm trying to rule the world, baby.
That's what I like to hear, Kevin. Now, you're doing some damage in the lightweight division. You got some options here. You're looking at Pettis and Ferguson match. And then there's a guy like Gaethje, Justin Gaethje, the hard hitter, the guy who's getting a lot of primetime fights. Who's most intriguing for you?
From a competitor standpoint, it'd be the winner of this Anthony Pettis and Tony Ferguson fight. The winner of this one, if they don't go through too much damage, I want to see him in Milwaukee. We'll see how this whole thing plays out. Gaethje's still out there. Ali Quinta's still out there. Gaethje's a fun fight, just so I can spin him around and keep hitting them and keep them turning in circles and really give the people a show. It's going to be one of the biggest fights of the year. So I'm looking at closing out the year on a good foot with the UFC.
That's right. You want to get a matchup in before the end of 2018.
And before we hop over to this ESPN deal too, I think the ESPN deal is really going to elevate the sport to another level. So I'm looking to be one of them ones that kind of pioneer that.
You just want to be on SportsCenter.
Who don't?
Who don't?
I mean, who don't? I mean, you want to be on SportsCenter, I'm sure.
Maybe.
Keep wearing glasses like that, and you just might. You got to get some diamonds around the frame, but you just might.
Maybe if I'm hanging out with the Motown phenom, I could step up my game.
There it is. I give you a little bit of swag.
I appreciate the time, Kevin. Best of luck in your upcoming fights. And this has been the Pro with the Schmo. We out.
My man.